Episode 2 Peru.
Peru is the third largest country in South America after Brazil and Argentina. So let's go and know more about Peru.
Capital and major cities.
Lima. Lima is the capital of Peru. It is the country's commercial and industrial center. The city forms a modern oasis surrounded by the Peruvian coastal desert, a short distance west of the Andes Mountains. The top cities of Peru are Lima, Arequipa, Trujillo, Chiclayo, and Piura. Lima is a home to a bar and restaurant scene, regular art exhibitions, dance festivals, music performances, and book readings, combined with the numerous galleries, theaters, and museums in the city. These make it a paradise for foodies, culture vultures, and the largest concentration of expats in the country. Arequipa is dominated by its volcanoes. This is apparent in the walls of its streets, buildings, and churches, in the wonderful geography that has created the fertile valley and one of the world's deepest canyons. Arequipa, the legendary White City, where its noble history can be felt in the air beneath the eternal watchful gaze of its volcanoes. Trujillo is a city in northwestern Peru. It's known for the nation's traditional dance, Marinera. The colonial center is home to the Gran Trujillo Cathedral with its bright yellow facade and the blue Casa Ortiga. Nearby, the neoclassical palace has Italian marble statues and a courtyard. Chiclayo is one of the liveliest cities in northern Peru. With a population of around 970,000, it is big enough to have supermarkets, yet small enough to be manageable without hours spent on city buses. Plazas like Parque Principal or Plazuela Elias Aguirre buzz with life, even after sunset. Piura is the capital city of Peru's northwestern Piura region. It's known for its colonial buildings, such as the Piura Cathedral with its ornate gilded altarpiece. The cathedral faces Plaza de Armas, a stream square dotted with tamarind trees.
People, culture, and language.
The people of Peru are called Peruvians. They are a mix of different cultures, including Indians, Spaniards, and other Europeans, descendants of African slaves and Asian. Until recently, most people live in the countryside, but now, more than 70% live in cities. Most Peruvians follow the Catholic religion introduced by the Spaniards. The two dialects of Peru are Spanish and Quechua.
Political structure.
Peru is a constitutional republic with a president, a congress, and a Supreme Court. Peruvians are required to vote by law. Presidents serve 5-year terms and can only be elected twice in a row.
Brief history.
Peru is a very old country. The earliest inhabitants arrived there about 15,000 years ago. Societies emerged on the west coast more than 5,000 years ago and began to spread inland. These included the Chavin, the Moche, and the Nazca. One of the most important Peruvian cultures was the Inca, who lived in Peru around 600 years ago. Their capital, Cusco, is still a major city today. The Inca also built Machu Picchu, a famous and mysterious ancient city in the Andes. They thrived for centuries before being conquered by the Spanish in 1532.
Accommodation.
Magandang buhay to all of you turismo. After you learn some info about Peru, now we will proceed where you can stay in this country. This hotel is popular with those heading to ancient citadel of Machu Picchu. Inca Terra Machu Picchu Pueblo Hotel is an intimate alien village with terrace hills, waterfalls, stone pathways, and 8-way whitewashed adobe casitas tucked away in the cloud forest. The property has 12 acres of exquisite natural beauty where 214 bird species such as the golden-headed quail and the iconic alien cock of the rock, and the largest native orchid collection has been registered. After exploring the historic sanctuary and in-house excursions, guests can enjoy the Unispa, which combines the classic nurturing with the mystical agent approach. Natural products are derived from the local botanical extracts, thus providing a pleasant spiritual, sensual, and a soothing experience. The first class restaurant features stunning views of Vilcanota River and shares the secret of Peruvian cuisine and the contemporary twist. If you are looking for a 5-star resort combines local experience with luxury living, you must stay here in Paracas Beach Resort, located in Pisco, Peru, an authentic paradise facing the sea. The hotel offers world-class facilities, a private dock, the city's only luxury spa, exquisite local and international cuisine, and exciting experiences that will allow you to be in touch with the nature. Its 120 rooms and suites are prepared to ensure the greatest comfort and the best rest. Each of them has a furnished terrace and a view of the sea or of the wonderful gardens. Paracas features plenty of activities for nature lovers and water sports enthusiasts. Engage in exciting experiences without leaving the hotel, including water sports, kayaks, catamaran, and bike rides. Welcome to Casa Cartagena. The luxury hotel in Cusco, located in the heart of the city, has been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. An intimate refuge consisting of only 16 ample and homely suites which combine to perfection modern and Asian, luxurious and historical. The exclusive suites are distributed symmetrically surround a dreamlike patio in which time spots for the guests to enjoy an unforgettable experience. This is Hotel Qatari at Plaza de Armas. You will experience here the essence of Arequipa, both for its colonial influence and for its interesting pre-colonial history. In fact, we have the two elements of Arequipa, unique fusion of Spanish and Andean cultures, while offering the incomparable view for its most impressive geography. All the elements for which UNESCO protects the city center as a heritage of humanity. Through its optimal location, the emblematic terrace, the highly personalized service, the luxurious historic interior design, and the most exclusive facilities and service. They will ensure you have an unparalleled stay in the White City. Let's experience the peaceful ambience of Inca Terra Reserva Amazonica, an eco-luxury lodge in front of the Madre de Dios River. Inca Terra Reserva Amazonica has 35 wooden cabañas inspired in Ese-Eja culture. 540 bird species has been inventoried in the hotel grounds deep in the rainforest. The property offers a wide selection of a la carte excursions, including a visit to the Inca Terra Canopy Walkway, a bridge system at 30 meters above the ground, allowing the adventurers to enjoy a privileged view of the Amazon. In 2013, Inca Terra Reserva Amazonica was selected by National Geographic Traveler magazine among the world's 25 best eco-lodges.
Mode of transportation.
Let's move on to the mode of transportation in Peru. Taxis are readily available in all cities in Peru, and car rental is also possible, although the quality of the road network is poor. There are currently 4 operational railroads in Peru: Lima to Huancayo, Huancayo to Huancavelica, Cusco to Machu Picchu, and Cusco to Puno. Each line has rewarded scenery and great travel experiences. The other forms of ground transportation around Peru is bus. Buses came in many shapes and sizes, the smallest being a micro, which is really a minivan, also known as combi or coaster. The last one is Peruvian rickshaw, known as mototaxi or three-mobiles. The small three-wheeled construction with a bench seat in the back, dominated the roads in many provincial towns, providing a quick and easy way to get from place to place. George Chavez International Airport, as it is officially called, is the main airport in Peru, serving Lima, the capital city. The airport offers both domestic and international flight handling over 25 million passengers per year. Therefore, the airport is the far busiest airport in Peru. Over 30 airlines operate the airport, and the main ones include Avianca Peru, Latam Peru, Star Peru, and two low-cost carriers, Aviva Peru and Skyline Airlines. And then for the major port in Peru, the port of Callao serves as the main port as far as traffic and storage capacity is concerned, situated in the capital city of Lima on the central coast. It's 16-meter deep and allows for the loading of heavy shipments.
Tourist destination.
The iconic Machu Picchu Citadel is the most famous and well-preserved Inca site of ancient region. It sits on the mountain ridge above the Urubamba Valley near Cusco. In 1983, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and in 2007, it secured its position as one of the all-time greatest human construction when it was voted one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is easily the biggest tourist attraction in Peru and has become so popular. And one of the amazing facts about this place, each stone was precisely cut to fit together so tightly that no mortar was needed to keep the wall standing. Let's go to Cusco Cathedral. It was built of Inca palace known as Sunterwasi, created during the government of Inca Viracocha. The construction of the cathedral started in 1534. The one in charge of the work was architect Juan Miguel de Veramendi, who ordered the destruction of Inca archaeological center Sacsayhuaman in order to use the andesite type stone for the construction. Cusco Cathedral is located in the heart of the southeastern Peru within the city of Cusco Plaza de Armas, designed in a Gothic Renaissance style with Baroque touches. Floor plan for the magnificent church were built in the shape of Latin cross. Therefore, Cusco is the city that full of skilled artists and artisans. It's a shopper paradise. The style of the artwork range from replicas of the exquisite Baroque and Cusco school painting to modern art style that reflect native themes. Welcome to the Sacred Valley, or also known as El Valle Sagrado. It's about 15 kilometers north of Cusco as the condor flies via a narrow road of hairpin turns. It's worth exploring this peaceful fetching corner of the Andes with attractive colonial towns and isolated weaving villages. Star attraction are the market of the lofty Inca Citadel of Pisac and Olaytan Tambo, but it also packed with the Inca sites. Its myriad trekking routes are deservedly gaining in popularity. Adrenaline activities range from rafting to rock climbing. Another thing that you should know, one of the coolest or most terrifying hotel in the world is located in Sacred Valley, Sky Lounge Adventure Suite, a sleeping camp hanging on the summit of 400-meter mountain. And don't miss, the highest slingshot in the world is also located in this place. Our next destination is Lake Titicaca. One fact about this place, it's shaped like a puma. Local communities believe that the shape of the lake depicts the puma hunting the rabbit. Thus, the name Titicaca comes from the word Titicarca, meaning rock of the puma in Aymara, a local indigenous language. Lake Titicaca is the world's highest navigable lake and the center of a region where thousands of subsistence farmers eke out of a living fishing in its icy waters, growing potatoes in the rocky land and its edge, or herding Ilaima and Alpaca at altitude that leaves European and North Americans gasping for air. Visitors today find the region unlike anywhere else, a place of myriad islands including artificial floating islands and Isla de los Uros, Asian lifestyle and crumbling churches, where human wears bowler's hat and the men knit their own brightly colored headgear. Nestled within the Andes mountain of Peru is Colca Canyon, the world's deepest canyon which has the estimated depth roughly twice than Grand Canyon. Tranquility and beauty abounds in this colorful destination, with local farmers continuing the agricultural tradition of their Inca ancestors. However, that's not the only thing making Colca Canyon Peru's third most visited travel destination. Visitors may also be lucky enough to view the Andean condor. It is a natural environment, gliding through the thermal air in search of food, high in the Raj Peak of the Andes. One of Peru's most sought-after travel destinations is located in southern coastal valley of Peru, about 6 hours from Lima. The small colonial-style town of Nazca is home to one of the world's greatest mystery, the Nazca Lines. The lines are the series of enormous and peculiar Asian design that were etched in the ground more than 2,000 years ago. The meaning of the lines are still unknown, but experts continue to come up with the theories. These fascinating geoglyphs etched into the desert of Peru offer more questions than answers. Spread across incredible 50 miles of high and arid plateau rock, the Nazca Lines consist of more than 800 scratched straight lines, 300 geometric figures, and some truly bewildering stylized animals on plans drawing. They are covered with ferruginous sand and gravel that required a dark patina from weathering. However, scientists, mathematicians, and archaeologists have been studying the purpose of Nazca Lines since 1920s, but there isn't enough conclusive evidence to determine the exact significance of the lines. Theories have been made connecting their meaning to everything from textiles and agriculture to aliens and stars.
Festival.
La Candelaria is the most colorful festival in Peru. It is held in Puno on the shores of Lake Titicaca. The festival celebrates Puno's patron saint, the Virgin of Candlemas, and Puno's Quechua and Ayrayma legacies in a vibrant party with dances and rituals. It is considered the most important cultural event in Peru and is reflective of the country's cultural wealth and depth as it incorporates elements of the different ethnic groups from Peru's past and present. The festival was recently added to UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List. Inti Raymi, or Festival of the Sun, is one of the biggest and most fascinating festival on the Peruvian calendar is Incan celebration Inti Raymi, which take place annually on 24 June in honor of the revered Incan sun god Inti. The Festival of the Sun coincides with the winter solstice and harvest time. When the sun is farthest from the earth, the Festival of the Sun has been celebrated for over 600 years and is now an inseparable part of life in Cusco, the archaeological capital of the Americas.
Food and delicacies.
Ceviche is best known internationally as Peruvian sushi. It is diced fish with lots of lemon garnish with red onions, chopped cilantro, and fresh seafood, giving it a pleasant and appetizing presentation. All the ingredients are perfectly balanced and the dish expresses freshness and endless flavors due to the variety of the fish that can be used to make it. Lomo saltado, a traditional Peruvian Creole dish that is very delicious indeed. Its similarity with Chinese food due to the elaborate process whereby most of its ingredients are salted in a wok for a short time on a very high flame. The finely minced meat is a very juicy and has a pleasant aroma. Lucuma. This colorful fruit is a local favorite down in the plains of Peru and Ecuador. Fruit carts can be found on the most streets in cities such as Cusco and Lima, so make sure to take a bite into one. Be warned though, this fruit can be pretty dry on its own. It does have a sweet nectar with a flavor on par with the sweet potato with hints of the caramel. Other uses of these fruits include mixing it with ice cream or milkshake. Causa is a potato casserole that is a point of pride in Peru. The potato as a food source actually started in Peru, so civilians have been coming up with inimitable ways to prepare this vegetable for generations. La causa itself can be made to satiate your unique taste palate. It's prepared in a number of ways, namely with mashed yellow potatoes, a meaty base such as chicken, mayo, a vegetable medley. It's layered casserole so you'll get a spike of flavor with every bite.